Alrighty, guys, welcome. This is your host, ID Jester. ID Jester. It's Saturday afternoon. I'm sorry, Sunday afternoon baseball. What am I thinking? Saturday afternoon. I wish it was Saturday afternoon again. It's Sunday afternoon baseball here from Montreal as the Montreal Expos take on the Pittsburgh Pirates here. This is game number 12 for the Pirates as they take on the Montreal Expos in the 1992 season. So hopefully you're all joining us. I appreciate it. That's so great of you. Anyways, this is Fall Classic Baseball. Now, before we actually start the actual replay for this game, I've played some of these games already, but it's been a while. I took a break from it. I was playing other games. I was doing other things, and this is one of these games, Fall Classic Baseball. I rated it really, really well when I did our Card and Dice Top 16 board games, and this is one of those games that you start playing it again, and you go, man, this is really, really fun game. Super cool thing is there's multiple ways to play. You can buy the PDF, print out cards and dice, or print out the cards and use cards and dice. When you buy the PDF, you can actually order the Excel file. They will send you an Excel file, so you can actually play. If you have Microsoft Excel, you can play on your computer, set up your lineups, and keep track of all your data, and all that. It's not like a out of the park or anything like that. It's just kind of a generic Excel spreadsheet that helps you keep track of the batters and brings up the batter cards and everything. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys just a sneak peek. Let me bring up one here. So give me just a second, if you don't mind. All right, so we will, let's just go ahead and share our desktop with you there, desktop. So there it is. So you can see here, like I said, it's just kind of a generic Excel spreadsheet, but it will, keep track of your players, so you can, next batter, and, oops, I gotta kind of bring this up a little bit. All right, let's go lead off batter. Go to the next, oh, why is this not? It's because my sheet's in the way. I can't see what I'm doing. I have my sheet up against this computer screen. Anyways, leadoff batter. And I don't have it expanded enough. There we go. All right, now. So you just have to get it to the right sizing, and then you can just say, all right, next batter, Jay Bell. Next batter, Vandy Van Slyke. Next batter. It'll even have dice rolling in there. It'll have all your different defenders out there with all their ranges and their arms and their air ratings and everything. So super, super cool. It does cost, I think it's $5 if you buy the PDF version. I think you can buy the Excel, so you can actually play the games, like I said, on your computer. There is a score sheet. You can go to the score sheet and keep track if you wanted to do it that way. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can change your lineups and bring players in, blah, blah, blah. So you basically just have one Excel sheet up that has the one team, and then it has the Excel sheet for the other team, and then you just play the game and keep score either with pen and paper or use Stratomatic or whatever. So as I mentioned, lots of different ways to actually kind of play this game, which is super cool. Not only that, but when you get the Excel file, you get a PDF that has what they call the team sheets. So on the team sheets, everything is broken down for you by position, so you can see left field, center field, right field, third base, shortstop, second base, first base, and all the pitchers, and and then all your ballpark effects down here and your catchers, and it'll have all that information ready for you. So you can just have this sheet out. So that way, if it's a range play to the shortstop and Jay Bell's playing short, I can just go, okay, he's got a range of 12. So, just have these sheets out. It's just super nice. Obviously, if you wouldn't need these sheets out, if you had the Excel file out, because it would have all that data on it ready to go for you. So lots of different ways. You can also purchase a print copy of each of the seasons in Fall Classic. And if you buy a print copy, you get the PDF and you get the Excel file for free. Super cool that the designer would do that. So he basically just gives you all that information so you can start playing as the cards are getting printed and shipped to you. So yeah, like I said, just lots of cool things with Fall Classic, and that's why I rated it really, really hard. It's a pretty interesting system. It's not a 50-50 split system like Dynasty League or Stratomatic or anything like that. It might look like it's 50-50, but it's actually not, because you're going to roll on the batter's card, and then if the results doesn't come off the batter card, that's when you go to the pitcher card. And the pitcher card is only going to have certain outcomes on this will be affected by the pitcher. So it's not a 50-50. It either comes off the batter card or then you go to the pitcher card. So a lot of results might come off. You might get a bunch of these in a row, and then, you might have a bunch of these in a row, but, it's kind of all random. What else was I going to say about this? Oh, yeah, the other cool thing is you freaking get all the players. You freaking get all the players. Holy cow. Hashtag Stratomatic, I hope you're listening. Hashtag all the other game companies out there that don't give you all the players. Dynasty League, hello Dynasty League, are you listening? You get all the freaking players with Fall Classic. Every single player. No extras, no extra charges, no, I got to order 3 extra sets just to get some of the fringe players. You get all the players. How about that? So no problem with that whatsoever. Not only that, but you actually get batting cards for every one of the pitchers that had at least I think it's like 5 at bats or 10 at bats or whatever. Maybe any pitcher that had an at bat. I'm not 100% sure. Might just be 5 or 10. But you can see here: Bill Risley, Scott Service, Gil Heredia, Sergio Valdez, Jerry Goff. Every one of these has a batting card. There's not just a generic card for each pitcher. Each pitcher has actually got their own batting card. So yeah, so a lot of really good things to say about Fall Classic. It's, like I said, pretty interesting system, but it's very quick. It's very easy. You have in-depth charts. Like, say for example, if you have here's the out chart for runner on first base, and then it's based upon the 20-sided dice, right? You have one for bases empty. You have one for, each of the different base situations. But best of all, there's like a cheat sheet one. It gives you kind of an overview. So here's your out chart, quick out charts. So you can just use this chart, and then if it gives you, well, I don't understand what that means, that's when you can go to the other charts. But after a while, you start to understand what all these different symbols and everything means, and it's pretty easy. And then, of course, you have the same thing with your base runner advancement charts as well, on singles and doubles, blah, blah, blah. So, they have very simplistic charts, kind of an overview charts, and then there's the detailed, more explanation charts if you're not sure. Or you can just use these and forego any of the others. So that's, that's up to you. But that's super cool. I like that a lot. That they, kind of condensed all the different sheets into like one big sheet, and then, you go from there. All right, so the basic premise is you roll 2 6-sided dice, and then you roll a 20-sided dice, all right? And you read this as, you don't add them together, you read it as colored dice and then the white dice. So this would be a 51, this would be a 13, This would be a 26, et cetera, et cetera. And then your out results are going to come from your 20-sider. And then a lot of times you'll reference the white dice for different positions. So if it's like if this says pop up, and then you would look at the white dice, so this would be a pop up to shortstop. And maybe a different number might come up, and it might be a line out to second. So you look at this number a lot of the time to get your different positions, so it's pretty easy that way. So there's also split chances on some of the cards. So if you look at, say, Kirk Gibson here, right? Kirk Gibson, you can see if I roll a 66, a home run on a 1 to 12. Otherwise, it's going to be a single plus, right? So so what I've done is just to streamline things. I've added a second 20-sider, so the black 20-sider. Anytime there's a split like that, we'll look at the black 20-sider, and that will determine whether it's a home run, a single, an out, a walk, or whatever. But that will have no bearing on whether it's the out result will come off of, or the hit result or whatever will come off of these 3 dice, which is normal. And you don't have to have a second 20-sided dice, but I just think, to streamline the process, you just throw them all at the same time and you're ready to go. So that's kind of the outline of a Fall Classic here. So we're going to get things started here. We played some of the 1992 Pittsburgh Pirates replay so far. We're only on game number 12. And I played one offline yesterday, and I was using the Excel sheets. And maybe next game, what I'll do is I'll use the Excel sheets so you can see how that works. And if you go back to some of the previous episodes, I might have used the Excel sheets. I kind of go back and forth between either cards and dice or the Excel sheets or a combination thereof. The good thing about the Excel sheets is, like I said, you can have everything on your computer there. It's really easy, and then it gives you the out results and everything like that. There's no chart lookup because most everything's ready to go for you. So that makes it really, nice and quick and easy. So when you do it, obviously, with the cards and dice, we're not going to say that. Cards and dice, can take a little bit longer, just a little bit. So anyways, let's get things going here. Let's talk about the lineups first. So Pittsburgh just finished their, let's see, this is from a game from April 20th, right? First of a 3-game series against the Montreal Expos. So the Pirates so far in 1992, they played 3 at home against Montreal. Then we went on the road and played 3 against Philadelphia. And then we went back home and played 2 against the Cubs, and then 3 against Philadelphia. So far, early in this regular season, we played Montreal, Philadelphia, Chicago, Philadelphia, and then we're playing Montreal again. And then we play the Cubs again. So it's been kind of a back and forth seesaw affair between just a couple teams. We don't even see Houston until May 1st. We see Cincinnati at the end of the month, Atlanta in May 6th, Atlanta again, San Diego on May 15th, San Francisco, and then the Dodgers, and then San Diego again, and then San Francisco again. So it's kind of a crazy schedule. You haven't played St. Louis yet, though. When do we finally play St. Louis? We don't play St. Louis. Our first game against St. Louis isn't until June 22nd. June 22nd. We play St. Louis, then we play Montreal, and then we play St. Louis again. So crazy schedule back in 1992. That's why I'm not a big fan of actually playing some of the older games, because you just don't play a lot of different teams. You play the same teams over and over and over again. It's like the same 12 teams. You play them like 1,000 times, right? All right, let's get some Fall Classic going here. So here is Montreal Stadium here. Montreal was 87 and 75. And you can see Tom Rummel started as coach. Looks like after 37 games, they got rid of him. Felipe Alou came in and did 70 and 55. They ended up having a 87 and 75 season. But here is the more important part. This is the stats. So when we look at the ballpark, on a 1 to 2, it's a home run, and on a 3 to 5 against left-handers, it'll be a double, and etc. You just look at this little chart thing here. But when those come up, I'll show you. So again, we're gonna roll. The result is either going to come off of Kirk Gibson's card. If it doesn't, then we're going to look at Ken Hill. Oh, here's the other thing that Fall Classic does. Each pitcher, when they come in, they can either have an excellent day, a normal day, or a poor day. So you roll ahead of time, and or when every time a pitcher comes in, A 1 to 6, they'll have an excellent day. B 7 to 14, a normal day, and C 15 to 20, they'll have a poor day. So you never know. Some pitchers will come in and have a great outing for you, and even though they're not that great, and other pit times you're relying on your star pitcher and he's going to have a bad day, which is not a lot of games out there actually do that. So that's pretty good as well. So it's kind of why I rated Fall Classic really, really high. There's a lot of different ways to play it. It's simple, it's fun, it's easy to learn. And pretty reasonably priced. You get all the freaking players and even batting cards for the pitchers. There's just not a lot of downside to it, to be honest. There's just a few pages of charts, but what baseball game out there doesn't have charts, right? All right. Well, anyways, we're going to get things going here. Again, we'll roll for Ken Hill. We'll find out what kind of day the Montreal Expos pitcher is going to have. He started 33 games. He had 3 complete games. He pitched 218 innings, 150 strikeouts, a 1.20 WHIP. He was 16 and 9 on the season, 16 and 9. And he has an 11, so he's just going to have a normal day. 7 to 14 is normal, so just a normal day. Again, black 20-sider is just for any split chances. Otherwise, we're just going to ignore it. Sometimes you'll get a result and we'll have to re-roll it for a defensive check or an error check or something like that. In that case, we'll just use. I'll probably just roll them all, but we're just probably going to ignore the black dice because we won't need it. Because the only time the black dice will be used at all is for the split chances. So I just want to make sure everyone understands that. And now Red Sox fan has stopped in here in Montreal on his way to Boston. Decided to stop out to Montreal to watch a quick 1992 game. And he's going to get front seat down there in the luxury suites. Al, Red Sox fan. So here we go. Ken Hill against Kirk Gibson. Again, Ken Hill, normal day. So if it comes off, doesn't come off of Gibson's card, we're going to look at the B column on Ken Hill. All right. So here we go. Kirk Gibson is only batting 217 in our replay. Oh, by the way, I am keeping track in Stratomatic Baseball. So I started using iScore, and then it was such a pain in the butt to just get every game on that. So I decided just to use Stratomatic. So anyways. Kirk Gibson against Ken Hill. This is a lefty versus Ken Hill is a right-hander. All right, so that is a 31. And I should probably get my pen out again. So on Gibson, we go get 31 and it's blank. So since it's blank, we go to the pitcher's card. We look at 31. And 31 on the B column, which we looked at, is a single. So Kirk Gibson starts the game off with a single. All right, so numbers to keep in mind is here is his stolen base attempts. He was 3 of 4 in the regular season, and 3 of 4, 3 out of 4, I guess I should say. And then this is kind of his, what's the best way to put it? This is the number that kind of tells you how often you should try to steal him. And then this is his stolen base index. So on his stolen base, if we decide for him to try to steal, we would roll a 20-sided dice. So the first thing we actually need to do is we need to check on the opposing. We need to check on the opposing catcher. So that's one thing you should know here. All right, so it's going to be who's it going to be? It's going to be Gary Carter behind the plate today for the Montreal. So Gary Carter has an arm that's average. Okay, so average arm for catchers, don't make any adjustments to steals, either one way or the other. And for Pittsburgh, it's going to be Laviere. Where's Mike Laviere? So Mike Laviere is also an average arm. So actually, neither of the catchers are going to adjust any stolen base index. So to get a jump in this game, you can either use the built-in system. It's kind of like APBA in that it has a built-in system into the game. So you can see here, anytime you see a result with the plus symbol, that means he tries to steal. So if you would have rolled a 41 and got on base, then he would try to steal. He would try to steal if the next base was open. Also on a 25 or 26. Also on a 66, if it's a single, you can see a little plus symbol there, and on 55. So anytime you see a little plus symbol, that means they would steal. It's kind of like APBA. So stealing's already built into the system. If you want to call your own steals, you can also use that option. So the way you figure this out is you look at the opposing pitcher, and you find out if they're a lefty or right-hander, and then you look at their strength of their arm. So Ken Hill is a right-hander with a strong arm. So if I wanted to steal, what I have to do is get the jump on Ken Hill. And if I roll a 1, a 2, or a 3, then I don't get the jump. And a 4, 5, or 6. Now, obviously, it's different between right-handers and left-handers. It's also based upon the strength of the pitcher. So strong arm pitcher, better. Right-handers not as good as left-handers because left-handers are watching the runners at first base, right? But here's the trick. Here's the problem. You think, oh, well, that's okay. Well, if I get a 50-50 shot, I might as well try. But here's the thing. If you roll a 1, not only do you not get a jump, but they get a chance to try and pick you off at first base. So you don't want to just willy-nilly steal anytime you think you want to steal, because if you roll 1, then there's a chance the pitcher is going to pick you off of first base. And that number is based on, again, whether he's got a weak arm or strong arm. And I'm going to give you the number here. It's in the rule book, so I just have to flip through to get to it. So give me just a second. All right, it is so versus right-handed pitchers with a strong arm, 1 to 8, he gets you out. 9 to 17, you'd be back safe, and an 18 to 20, there might be a throwing error. So you can see, if you risk running, you roll that 1, there can be a problem. So just wanted to kind of explain all that. But Gibson's on with a single. He only had 4 stolen bases in the regular season. Not that quick a foot, so we're going to bring in Jay Bell here. Jay Bell is batting, he's only batting 150, Jay Bell. In regular season, he batted 264 in real life. He's not doing very good for us. He does no home runs, no triples. He does have 1 double. All right, so that is going to be a 43. We look at Jay Bell, 43 is blank, so we come over here to Ken Hill. 43 is an out. Again, we're using the B column, so that's an out. We're going to look at the 10 with the runner on first. And here's my cheat sheets. So again, we're going to use the quick out chart. You just look at the 10. It's going to be a line out. And then we're going to look at the white dice to find out who it was lined out to. It's lined out to the first baseman. Right. Let me just check because there's a runner at first. So I just want to make sure there's no double play, and there isn't. Okay, so it's just a line out down to first. Diving back is Gibson. He gets in there safe, but it's a line out. to first for Jay Bell. And that brings up Andy Van Slyke. Now, Andy Van Slyke is a monster. Andy Van Slyke, I don't even remember Andy Van Slyke. I don't even remember Andy Van Slyke. He's a monster for us. He's batting freaking 500 on the regular season. He's got 6 doubles, a home run, 7 RBIs. We're only in game number, what are we in? We're in game number 12 of the season. So he's got 7 RBIs, so almost 1 RBI per game so far. 3 walks, 10 strikeouts, and 5 stolen bases for Andy Van Slyke. He's a monster. All right, so 5. So again, you don't combine them. You just read it. Colored dice, the white dice. That's a 55. Normally, anytime you roll doubles, that's good for the batter. And sure enough, Andy Van Slyke hits a double. We're going to find out what happens with Gibson on the double to here it is. The double. We rolled an 18 on the double. And you can see on doubles, 18 is 3 bases. So Gibson comes all the way around, and Andy Van Slyke, another RBI for Andy Van Slyke. The man is just a beast, I'm telling you. Holy cow. So Andy Van Slyke does it again. It seems like every game, his first at bat, he's driving someone in. So Andy Van Slyke still 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Little boo birds coming down from some of the crowd here. Not very happy with the start for the Expos. Barry Bonds is up. Barry Bonds, batting .250 on the season. He does have 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, 7 walks, and only 2 strikeouts, and 4 stolen bases. Barry Bonds actually has a pretty good, he's actually was a pretty good stealer in 1992. He was 39 out of 47 attempts, so he was only caught 8 times. So, yeah, pretty darn good. All right. So Barry Bonds steps in. Andy Van Slyke at second. Ken Hill still trying to get it out. Again, if you're just joining us, the black 20-sided dice, we only use those for split chances, kind of like Stratomatic. So if we rolled, say, a 55, we would look at the black dice for the split chance, instead of having to re-roll the 20-sided dice. So that's what the black dice is. If it's not a split chance, we just ignore the black dice and just go with the other dice. So this is a 4-2 for Barry Bonds, which is blank. So we come over to Ken Hill, and 4-2 is a walk. So he walks Barry Bonds, probably a smart move with first base open. But that puts runners at first and second, 1 out. As Al Red Sox fan says, Andy Van Slyke is on fire. It's on fire. Van Slyke on second. Bonds is at first. Orlando Merced, the first baseman, 247 average in regular season. For us, he's only batting 160. Yeah, you can tell we're not off to a great start this season. Our batting averages are really poor, but I feel that's gonna come back around the more we play this season, because baseball's all about averages, so it might be 160 now, but by the end of April, maybe beginning of May, they'll start to heat up a little bit. All right, so that is a 1-3-13. That is an out. So we have runners at first and second. And again, we can ignore the black dice. It doesn't matter, because there wasn't a split chance. So we just look at this dice. It's a 9. Runners at first and second. And on a 9, it's a fly out to right field. And fly ball to right. Everyone holds. If the runner at second is either an F or an A, they can advance from second to third. And I'm just going to double check the main chart just to make sure I read that right, because again, I'm not 100% sure on everything. So fly out to right, runners hold. Oh, that's right. If the white dice is a 1 and you're an F runner, you can you can move from second to third. So the white dice is not a 1, so it doesn't matter. Fly out to right. Fly out to right. What am I looking for? Fly out to right. So 2 outs now, and that brings up Steve Bichelle. Now, Steve Bichelle's been doing really good. And even Smike's been doing pretty good. Steve Bichelle's been doing pretty good. He's batting 297. 297 for us. Although he only has 1 RBI, he just doesn't have anybody to hit in because nobody else is getting on base. Oh, and that's a foul ball. Come on, Steve. Right-hander, righty matchup. So that is a 42. 42 is blank, so we look at Ken Hill under 42, and that is a walk. So he's going to walk. The base is loaded. Walks. The base is loaded. And that brings up Mike Laviere. Base is loaded. Vance Lake at third. Bonds at second. Bichelle's down at first. Mike Laviere. Batting 250. He's been okay. He's been all right for us so far in this season. Nothing outstanding, but nothing bad either. So, Laviere, that is a 64. 64 is blank. Ken Hill, 64 is out. And that is a 17 out, which is going to be bases full 17. Fly ball to left field, and that's going to do it. And you notice most of these results on the chart are going to match up with the player position and the dice roll. So a 7, obviously we all know that's left field, right? So it's going to be a fly out to left field. So once you start knowing these few little details like that, it's much quicker and easier to play the game because you go, 17, that's a fly out to left. And that's going to do it for the Pirates in the top of the first, but they do score a run. And due up is Randy Tomlin for the Pirates. And for the Expos, it's Delando Garcia. So we do need to roll for Randy Tomlin. 1 to 6, 7 to 14, or 15 to 20. Let's find out how good Randy Tomlin is. He's 2, so Randy Tomlin's having a great day. So we're going to be using A column. So the A column on Randy Tomlin versus Delando DeShields. Now DeShields is batting 391. 5 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 5 stolen bases. That is a 24. 24 is a hit by pitch on a 1 to 4. So this is where we're going to look at the black dice. So the black dice says no, it was not a hit by pitch, which means it's an out. And then we'll look at our normal dice, which is a 3. And that is going to be he is going to be a left-handed batter. So that is going to be a ground out to... I'm sorry, he's a left-handed batter. That's what I meant to say. It's ground out to first. There we go. Which makes sense because it's a 3, right? Ground out to first. All right, ground out down to first. Unassisted. We're calling that unassisted. All right. Brett Barbary comes in. Brett Barbary, I really like Fall Classic. It is a pretty fun game to play. It's pretty quick. You can get it through a game pretty quick when you're not commentating and trying to keep everyone entertained and stuff and explain rules and everything. It's really a pretty solid game. I think Al Red Sox fans should pick it up and play some and see if he likes it. Brett Barbary, 63, blank. Come over to Tomlin, 63, says out. We look at the dice. It was a 13 on the dice. 13 says ground out to third, actually, because he's a right-handed batter. He'll be right-handed because Tomlin is a lefty, actually. So it's a ground out down to third base. Third base, thank you. So the 3s are a little bit different. The 3s and the 13, 3 and 13 both do the same thing. If you're left, they're kind of the lefty-righty. If you're a left-hander, you're going to ground it to the left first base, and if you're right-handed, you're going to ground it out to the third baseman. All right, so that was what was that? That was ground out to. I forgot to put it in Stratomatic here. It's ground out to third. Oh, not short. Third. Thank you. Over to first. All right, so that brings up Archie Calafranco. No, it doesn't bring up Archie Calafranco. go? Wait a minute. Why did he... Oh, because that is 3 outs. Duh. No, wait. How is that 3 outs? Oh, because he just, yeah. Okay, all right. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. I forgot. I got to thinking about other things and I forgot. All right, so that brings up Jose Lynn. There we go. Alice got me all confused. I'm gonna dump down this just slightly so we can see the cards if you get a better chance there at home. So Jose Lynn against Ken Hill, 1-0 Pirates after 1. Uh-oh, 55 again. Doubles are usually good, just like Stratum or APBA, and that's going to be a leadoff single by Jose Lynn. Jose Lynn, and that is going to be not a double. How about a single? Thank you. So single. Ken Hill is 1-3. It's a 15. He was 3 out of 4, so he only got caught once, but his to-go opportunity is pretty sparse. In fact, you see the only plus symbol on his whole card is if he rolls a 6-6 and it ends up being a single. So it doesn't steal very often. So Randy Tomlin. That is a 52. 52. Okay, so 51 and 52 are error checks, and 53 are range checks. So there's a special chart for 52. 51, 52, and 53 actually. So you can see here, 51, 52, and 53 all have their own chart, which I will just keep up right over here because it seems like I roll that number quite a few times. So we will have to re-roll. Whoop. And find out what number on the 52 we're looking at. So we ended up rolling a 52. We roll on the 52 chart and we look at 31. So 31 on the 52 chart is, we're going to check the pitcher, and then it has 1 star. So if the pitcher doesn't make an error, or I'm sorry, if the pitcher makes an error, it's going to be 1 base advance. So we look at the pitcher, Ken Hill. He has an error of 19. So we look at our 20-sided dice, and this shows 17, but he's got an error of 19. So Ken Hill, if you roll less than or equal to their error range, it's an error. So that is a huge number. Never seen. It's so high for a pitcher. He must have been really bad defensively, and that is going to be a 1 base error on the pitcher. So Randy Tomlin gets on, and Jose Lynn moves to second, and there's still nobody out here for the Pirates. And back up is Kirk Gibson, 1 for 1, scored a run. Kirk Gibson. As a 35, 35 is blank. We go to Ken Hill. 35 is an out. So with the runners at first and second, we rolled a 13. 13 with a left-handed batter is a ground out to first base. Runners at first and second. I'm going to have to look at the actual chart for this one. Runners at first and second, 13. So it's a ground out to, he's a left-hander, so ground down to first. Fielder's choice at second base. Strong arm shortstop will turn a double play. So we have to look at the Owens to see if, since he's the Spike Owens is actually got a weak arm, so he's not strong enough to get it back quick enough, and that's going to be just a fielder's choice out at second. So fielder's choice, and it went 1 to 6. And Spike Owens just not strong enough to get it back in time. So runners at the corners. Jose Lynn, 1 out. Gibson at first. Jay Bell is up. Hope everyone's having a good evening. Here we go. Ken Hill against Jay Bell. Righty matchup. So those always come on number 26. And some players are actually on 25 and 26, but 26 are going to be your splits chance. So you can see on Jay Bell, it says if he's facing left-hander, it's a single. Otherwise, it'll be an out. So Ken Hill, righty-righty matchup. 45. 45 is blank. We Ken Hill. 45 is an out. We rolled a 17. Runners at first and third. 17 is going to be a fly ball to left field. Fly ball to left field. We got to check and see. Fly out to left. Runner on third scores. Runner on first holds. If the white dice is 1, a slow runner would stay at third and not tag up. So Jose Lind, it's not a white, so it doesn't matter if he's slow or not, as that one is going to be a sacrifice fly. So sacrifice fly to left field. Sacrifice fly, where are you? Boom, boom, boom. Sac fly, there we go. Went to left. Nope, went to left. Thank you. All right, so Jose Lind's going to come in and score, and the Pirates take a 2-0 lead. And why this thing won't stay up? Why would it? Thank you very much. So Jay Bell delivers a deep fly ball there. Canfranco not strong enough to get it in time, and trotting in is Jose Lind. Pittsburgh takes a 2-0 lead, and even it's like 1-for-1 with a double. That's a 36. 36 is an out. That is a 2. 2 is going to be a pop out, and you always look at the white dice for things, so it's going to be a pop out 2 short. Most every time you look at a dice, it's going to be the white dice. So it's going to be a pop out 2 short, and that's going to do it. But the Pirates pick up another run, and they lead 2-0. Whoop. God damn it, I just dropped the cards. I hope they didn't get all messed up. All right. Let's hope not. Randy Tomlin back in. All right. Randy Tomlin back in. He'll be facing off against Larry Walker. We're in the bottom of the second. Ooh, 4-4. So this is going to be a split chance. That's why we have that black dice there. So 1-4 is a double, 5-9 is a triple. Otherwise, it's a single. So that is going to be a single by Larry Walker. Single. So a single by Walker. And slide these over so I have enough room for everything. There we go. All right. Let's see. He was 18 of 24 stealing. So Randy Tomlin is a left-hander with an average arm, and that is going to be, let's see what the chance of getting a jump on him is. It is left-hander with average arm 1-3. So both pitchers are 1-3. Walker's going to try and get the lead, actually. I think he's going to try for it. Oh, he got the dreaded 1. So, oh boy, they're going to try and pick him off. Here you go. And here's the chart. So, he is a average arm 1-6. He picks him off. 7-17. He's safe. 18-20 is a possible error. So, let's see. Does he pick him off? Here comes Tomlin. 16. No, he dives back safe. And then he decides, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't try something like that. I think I'll just stay here and let my good friend Tim Wallach hit. Although Wallach is batting a measly 0.77 so far. That is a 14. That will be an out with a runner at first. We rolled a 10. That's going to be a line out. Again, look at the white dice. Line out to second. Obviously, the line out. No one's going to advance. Line out to second. All right, Marquise Grissom, 1 out, bottom of second. Marquise Grissom. 51, so we're going to look at the 51 chart again. So we're going to roll on the 51 chart. 51 is error again. 51 and 52 are errors. 53 is range. So I say 31, and that is going to be a first base exotic error chart. What? I've never come across this one yet. This is going to get crazy. The first baseman, what are you doing to me? Let me check this out because like I said, I've never come across this before. Exotic error chart. Maybe it's only if he makes the error. Makes sense that we wouldn't use this chart unless he makes an error. So first thing we need to do is check. What was that? 31 is going to be first baseman. First baseman is Merced. What's your error rating? Orlando Merced error check. Error is actually, he's going to be the first baseman. So the first baseman is a 6. It's a 16, so it'd have to be 6 or less for the error. So no error. He's going to make the play. So the question is, we have to look at the result here. If the putout is made with runners on base, a runner on first. If the D20 is odd, it's a ground ball double play. If it's even, it's going to be a fielder's choice at second. So another fielder's choice. Good defense there. It's going to be a, what do we call this? Fielder's choice. And who are we checking on? It was the first baseman, right? First base, we'll call that first base to short. They've done that quite a few times so far. So 2 outs for Gary Carter, Mr. Carter, batting .316, having a solid go at it here. He's got 1 walk, 0 strikeouts so far in the season for Montreal. That's a 62. 62 is blank. We look at Tamlin. 62 is an out. We rolled a 20. It's going to be a line out. And we look at this. This dice, if it's a 2, which is normally the catcher position, what happens is it's just a foul tip into the catcher's mitt, so they count that as a strikeout. So we'll just count that as a strikeout, and it's going to go to the catcher, and that's going to do it. So Randy Tomlin throwing darts out there for Pittsburgh, and we go to 3rd inning. All right, so I've explained a lot, and kind of been going through things kind of slow for everyone out there. So I'm going to try and pick up the pace a little bit, not explain things that we've covered already too much. If you have any questions, just put them in the chat, and I'll be sure to answer them for you. Barry Bonds walked his first time up. 55. That is going to look at the black dice again. This is just for splits. 13, 55 home run, 1-7. It's not. It's a double off the top of the wall. It bounces back into play, but that is going to be a double by Barry Bonds. And the Pirates have something going once again. That brings up Orlando Merced. Barry Bonds takes his lead off the second. That is a 12. That is an out. We can ignore this dice because it's not a split chance. So it's just a 14. 14 with the runner at second. It's going to be ground out to second, and runner advances to third. So ground out, and Bonds will go to third. It's going to go 4-3. 4-3, thank you. All right. So Merced actually does his job, gets Bonds over to third base with less than 2 outs. So Steve Bichelle, 297 average, 5 walks, 7 strikeouts, stolen base for Steve Bichelle. 53, this is range play. So range play. So we're going to roll. We have to re-roll to get the range play. All right, so it's a 13. 13 says left field. It will be a single one base advance if he cannot make the catch. So we look at the left fielder, which is Confranco. Oh, again, we can always use our little team sheets here, right? Which are super cool. Has all the information on them and stuff. What I need to do is print these out on cardstock so they stand up a little bit better for me. But Archie Confranco in left field, I can just look. He's got a range of 3. Got a range of 3. So I believe if the D20 is less than or equal to the range rating of the fielder, then he makes the play. Well, 3 is not good. Cyan Franco, not very quick with the 3 range out there in left field, and that is going to fall in for a single 1-star. Single 1-star in the left field, and that's going to drive in Barry Bonds. On the single, where is the single? Oh my gosh, beautiful. Whew. So Steve Bichelle, what's his shot? It's he's got a stolen base index of 0 because he was 0 for 2. So Mike Lavier, Bichelle's at first. Only 1 out. So far, the Pirates have 1-1-1. 65. So 65s are interesting because 65 is going to give you a home run number off the pitcher. And he's actually, Mike Lavier gets a -8 to the rating. So you look at Ken Hill, and Ken Hill was having an average day. So off of Ken Hill on an average day, a home run is a 1-8. But Mike Lavier gets a -8. So it's going to be basically 0. He's got no chance to hit it off of Ken Hill. So it's going to be a fly ball to center field if it's not a home run. It's just a fly out to center. And no advancing or anything. So he gave it a ride, but just not deep enough off of Ken Hill. That brings up Jose Lind. He's 1 for 1, scored a run. Ken Hill on the mound, waits for the sign from Gary Carter behind the plate. 41, blank. We go over here on Ken Hill. That is a walk. So Ken Hill is now walked, I believe, 3 batters. He has walked 3, struck out 0 so far. So Ken Hill, 0 strikeouts so far. Randy Tomlin, the pitcher spot is due up. But with 2 outs and runners at first and second, you have to let him swing. Swing away, Randy. Swing away. We have full faith in you, my friend. Full faith in you. Oh, and look at that. Roll the 44. Ah, that is an out, though. If a 55 or 65 is what we needed. As I mentioned, doubles are usually good for the batters. Damn it. 44 is an out, and that is a 17. That's going to be a fly ball to left. Randy Tomlin gave it a ride, but CM Franco out there was equal to the task this time. Unfortunately, got to that one. I would have loved to see pitchers, so that I could do all my hashtag. Pitchers can hit, hashtag get rid of the American League, hashtag DH sucks, hashtag, all the fun stuff. But I can't because he caught it. Al says, I'm keeping him company while he's doing the laundry. Oh, you're good. You're a good man, sir. You're a good sir, man. All right, so Randy Tomlin back in. We're in the bottom of the third. So far, Pirates 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. Montreal 0 in the first, 0 in the second, and Spike Owen is up. Oh, 44, 44. So he's got a single. So Spike Owens with the single. And it does have the plus symbol, which if you're using the built-in system, he would then try to steal, right? But because I'm doing my own decisions when to steal, I'm ignoring the plus symbols, right? But Spike Owens is going to try and get the lead. And what we'll do is, just to speed things up, we'll roll all the dice. We'll look at the red dice, will tell us whether or not he got the jump. If it's a 1, 2, or 3, he didn't, and we can just ignore the roll. If he got a 4, 5, or, oh, you know what, screw it. Let's just, does he get the lead? Oop. Does he get the lead? Try that again. 4, he does get the jump. So you take his stolen base number, which is 14, you add and subtract the adjustment for the catcher's arm, which is an optional rule, which I think is always good. In this case, average arm by Lavier, so no adjustment needed. So 1 to 14, he's in there safe. And if we roll, I think, if we roll something pretty high, let's see, might be a throwing error if we roll. If the D20 is from 1 to 5, we look at the catcher's error rating. If it's less than or equal to, it's a steal and an extra base on a bad throw. So 1 to 5 is obviously Lavier. Where is this Lavier dude? He's got an error of 0, so he's not going to make an error, so we don't have to worry about that nonsense. Good thing, because it was a 4. So it is a stolen base for Spike Owens. Stolen, where is it? Where is it? Stolen base. There we go. So Spike Owens with the steal. Spike Owens with the steal. That brings up the pitcher, Ken Hill. So we know sacrifice is coming. So the way they work sacrifices in Fall Classic, you'll get your sacrifice hit rating. It's a 5 for Ken Hill. So you roll a dice to find out if it's a good. You need 5 or less, right? And then you roll it again to find out if it's out at, if the lead runner's out or if it's a good sacrifice. So the first one will tell you whether or not it's in play. The second one tells you if it's a good sacrifice. So that is a 5, just barely, but he got it in play. And anything but a 6 will be a good play, and it is a good sacrifice by Ken Hill. So sacrifice hit, sacrifice bunt. There we go. It doesn't matter. We're just go get pitcher over to first. There we go. So Spike Owens moves on to third. There's only 1 out. Defense is going to play in. Defense playing in with Delando DeShields at the plate. Spike Owens at third. Only 1 out. Bottom of the 3rd inning. 33, that is going to be a single. That is going to drive in a run. Single driving in the run. It's now a 3-1 ball game. And Delando DeShields also has a little plus symbol. So since he had the plus symbol, you know what? I'm going to give him an opportunity to try and steal. So Delando DeShields, he rolled a 1, which means it's a possible pickoff. Tomlin is a lefty, so once again with an average arm, 1 to 6, he'll pick him off. It's a 9, so DeShields gets back just in time. Just in time, and he will not go. Brett Barbary is up. Nope. Bounced out, foul ball, bounced out. Red Sox fan, hashtag nope. 35, blank. Randy Tomlin, 35 is an out. Remember, he has got an A day. If it was a B day or a C day, it would have been a single, but that is an out on a good day by Randy Tomlin. And the out is a 5. 5 with a runner at first. I'm going to have to look at the chart because Is he a left or right-hander? He's going to be batting right-handed. It's a ground ball to third. If the white dice is a 1, runner advances. Fielder choice is second base. Ground ball to third. White dice is a 1. Runner advances. Fielder's choice at second base. Oh, so if this is a white dice, then the runner advances. If not, it's a fielder's choice 5-4. And a stronger average arm third baseman. That is Steve Bichelle. And Steve Bichelle is actually a weak arm, unfortunately, because a stronger average arm third baseman starts a double play, but unfortunately, it's all that's going to end up being is it's going to be ground to third, white dice is 1, runner advances, otherwise it's a 5-4. So it's going to be a 5-4 put out. Fielder's choice. Can't turn the double play. We're going to call that 5-4, and Brett Barbary goes to first. And we have 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. Archie Ciafranco. Uh-oh, 1-1. Nope, but that's an out for him. And that is a 3. And he is a right-hander. That's a ground out to third. 5-3 on the putout. Franco is out, and you are going to go to second. Doesn't matter. It's a 5-3 putout. And that's going to do it for Montreal. We go back to Pittsburgh here in the top of the fourth. It is a 3-1 ball game now. 3-1 ball game. Kirk Gibson, 1 for 2, scored a run, top of 4. Oh, and I know you guys can't see it, so I'm going to slide it up so you can see what that is down there. That is a 6-6. So that's going to be our split chance. We're going to look at the black dice. 1 to 12, it's a home run. It's a 16, so no home run. Oh, Kirk Gibson, come on, buddy. Instead of a home run, it's just going to be a single. A single and a single. 1 to 12 home run chance. He just missed it. It does have the plus symbol, so I'm going to give Gibson a chance to steal. That's a 3. Does not get the jump off of Ken Hill. So no steal. That brings up Jay Bell, 0 for 1. Gibson at first. Nobody out here in the top of the fourth. 34 is blank. 34 is a single off of Ken Hill. 34 is a single. And with the single, on a single, we rolled a 19. A 19 on a single is 2 base advance. So Gibson's going to go all the way to third on the single. Nice. So runners at the corners. Nobody. Oh, shoot. I'm going to undo the last one because I forgot to send them. Sure, I wanted to delete. Yes. I forgot to send him to third. So it's a single. Runner goes to third this time. Thank you. All right, so runners at the corners for guess who? The man, the myth, the legend, Andy Van Slyke, 1 for 2 with a double. Batting an even 500 on the season. 64, just missed 64. 64 for you is an out. Runners at first and third. And we rolled a 1. That's going to be ground out to the pitcher. Oh, boy, this is going to be interesting. So first and third. Ground out to the pitcher. If the white dice is a 1, it's not. Runners advance. Check runner at third base. Fielder's choice at second, 1-6. So it's going to be a checks Gibson back. Hill turns around, throws it to Owens. And they throw it on to Wallach at first, but not in time. And it's going to be a ground out. Van Slyke will be out. Bell, oh, I'm sorry, no, Van Slyke will not be out. He's going to make it, he's going to go to first. Bell is going to be out. Gibson will stay. And it went 1, 2, 6 on the putouts. So Van Slyke grounds it back to Hill, turns around, throws it to Owens. Owens on to Wallach at first, but not in time. Van Slyke gets down the line. He runs pretty good. That brings up Barry Bonds, 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Runners still at the corners. There we go. 63 again. 63 is a miss on Bonds. So we look at Ken Hill, and that is an out. And rolled a 16 this time.
Oh, you got it so fast.
First and third, and a 16. First and third, we rolled a 16. It's ground out to short. Fielder's choice at second. A strong arm short start will start a double play. That's Spike Owens. Owens at short is a weak arm, actually, so no double play. It's going to be just 6-4 and 16. If they were playing in, which I did not call in, it would have been a single, actually. So I was hoping they were going to play back and go for the double play. Fortunately, that's what is going to happen. So it's a ground out to short. Fielder's choice is going to be 6-4. A strong arm shortstop would start a double play. Runner in third scores unless the infield is playing in. If the infield is playing in, it will be a single. Pass is drawn in infielders. Runner in third scores, and runner on first stops at second. So fortunately for Montreal, they were not doing that. And this is going to be a ground out. Another one of these ones I've got to mess with here. So Bonds is going to go to first. Van Slyke will be out. Gibson is going to score. The fielder went 6-4. They just couldn't turn the double play because Spike Owens not good enough. So 2 away now. Run in for Bonds is at first. Orlando Merced is up. 14 out, and we rolled a 14 with the runner on first. That's a ground out to second. Ground out. Let's see. You're going to be out. You are going to go to second. It's going to be 4-3. And that's it for the Pirates. And once again, the Pirates score another run. So far, they've got 1-1, 1-1 and the scoreboard. And 2 up is Randy Tomlin against Larry Walker. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Randy Tomlin against Larry Walker. 51, that's going to be another error check. 51 chart, and we're going to use a 41, which is second base. Second base is Jose Lind. Lind is at second base. He's got an error of 2, and that's what we rolled. So it is an error, and we go to the exotic error chart now. So I've got to find this exotic error chart. Sure it's around here somewhere. Maybe it's on the back of my chart. Oh yeah, there it is. Alrighty then. It was a second baseman. So second baseman, exotic error. And there was bases empty. Real bad sax-like throw. Real bad sack. S-A-X, sax-like throw to first. Batter goes to second. F batter tries for third, out if first baseman has got a strong arm. So, all right, so we got to dissect this for just a second. So it's a bad throw by Lind, and the batter gets off first, goes to second, And if the batter is fast, Larry Walker is what is his rating here? Oh, he is fast. So Larry Walker's fast, so he's thinking about heading to third. He does. The first baseman finally gets the ball, which is Merced, and he throws it all the way over to third base, and here comes the call safe, as Merced does not have a strong arm. If Merced had a strong arm, he would have nailed them. So that is going to be how do we even put this in Stratomatic? Holy cow. That is going to be a three-base error. We'll call it a three-base error on the second baseman, although no. I think what we'll do is we're going to call that a two-base error on the second baseman. And then how do we get him to go from second to third, though? Let's see. We'll call it a sac fly error, out on appeal, fans interference, catcher, pass ball. I'm just trying to think of how I can get him over there without. Without giving him a steal. I don't think. I think we're gonna have to call it a. It was. You know what we'll do? All right, cancel. We're gonna undo the last play. Yes. So we'll give it a. We'll give it the old single plus two base error. I think is what we'll give him. Can I? I don't think I have that option. All right, well, screw it. I'm just going to give him a three-base error because I don't see how to get him over there, and it's going to all be on Jose Lynn. Anyway, so Larry Walker gets all the way around on the exotic error from Jose Lynn. All right, so Walker is on third. Defense is coming in. Tim Wallach is up. First baseman. Hey, Dave Little, how you doing, buddy? 45. 45 is blank. Go to Randy Tomlin. 45 is an out. Rolled a 15 with a runner on third. Runner on third, 15 says he is a right-hander. Ground out to third. Runner advances in S below. And actually, because we're playing in, it's a single to left field past the drawn-in infielder. Runner from third scores. Runner on first goes to second. So it's going to be a double because we were playing in, actually. So that kind of sucks. And that's going to score the runner. And Wallach is going to second, and Marquise Grissom is on. So go Pack, go. Just finished watching football, says Dave Whittle. Did the Packers win? Is that who you're excited about? 56 blank. We look over here. 56 is a strikeout by Randy Tomlin. He's only had one strikeout. Make that two. Finally got another strikeout. We could use more strikeouts. And that helps. As Gary Carter is up. He's 0 for 1. Runner at second. Oh, that looks like a 6-6. That could be trouble. I think the 6 is 6-6, right? Yep. And that's going to be a double, and Wallach is going to come in, and the Expos will not go down without a fight here. Gary Carter drives in. It's a 4-3 ball game now, and Spike Owens, 1 for 1, scored a run. Gary Carter's at second, only one out. 31, blank 31 off of Randy Tomlin is a single. Damn it. And so we got to look at the 15. Runner at second on a single. 15, one base. If there was If there was 2 outs, it would be 2 bases, but there's only 1 out, so 1 base advance on the single. Puts runners at the corners. And that brings up Ken Hill in the bottom of the 4th inning. Big opportunity. Yeah. Ken Hill is going to he's going to swing away. He's got to just swing away and hope to just get a bad bounce, an error, or something. Oh wow, 55. So you look at this dice because it's a split. Double on a 1, triple on a 2 to 11, single on a 12 or 13, a walk on a 14 to 20. That is an 18. So Ken Hill could have had a double, could have had a triple, could have had a single, and settles for a walk. So thank God for that. Oops, not hit by pitch. It's a walk. Otherwise, that was going to be trouble. That was going to be trouble. It's still trouble because it loads the bases with Delando DeShields coming up. Loads the bases. Delando DeShields 1 for 2 with an RBI. Only 1 out still. Defense is going to play back and go for the double play. As a 14, 14 is out. And it has the X there. And I'm trying to remember. I think the out X means it's a double play, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check the rule book because this might be kind of important. It's not the plus symbol, it's the actual X. So let's just find out what the X means again. Oh, what does your little X thing mean? What does your little X thing mean? Oh, okay, here it is. So if it's an out with an X, it's a ground ball double play if it's a ground out. So we got to find out what if it's a ground out, it's a double play, and in this case, we look at the 2. The 2 says it's a pop out, so it's not a ground ball double play. It's going to be a pop out to second base. Damn. All right. So it's a pop out to second for Delando DeShields, and that brings up Brett Barbary. Still bases loaded. Barbary's 0 for 2. Tomlin trying to get through this very tough inning here. 65, and that's a -10 on the home run chance. Randy Tomlin is only 1 to 4. He's a -10, so he does not get the home run. And that is going to be a fly ball to center field, and the Pirates fly out. Center field, they're going to get out of this mess. Woo, nitty. That was a close one. A very close one there. All right, let's hope that stays up. All right, so come on, stay up. Don't keep falling down on me. Stupid charts. Stay up. All right, so Steve Bichelle against Ken Hill here. We're in the top of the 5th inning. 4-3 ball game. Pittsburgh has 1 run in each inning. Montreal 1 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th. 4-3 ball game. Ken Hill, Steve Bichelle 36 blank. 36 will be an out. It is a 12 out. That's a pop up to short, and that's how simple that is. Once you know what how things play in this game, it's pretty easy to play, pretty easy to know what's going on, and you move on. Mike Laviere against Ken Hill, 1 out. That's a 32 blank. 32 on Ken Hill is an out. That is a 1. That's going to be ground out to the pitcher. Ground out pitcher, then to first base. Dummy. There you go. 2 away for Jose Lind. Jose Lind, 1 for 1, scored a run. 16 out. That is a 6. That's going to be a ground out to short. It's pretty easy when there's no one on base. You can see how quick it goes. Ground out, short to first. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Expos. Tomlin comes back out, bottom of 5. Archie Ciafranco, Randy Tomlin. Slide these up a little bit. Did my slide this down a little bit, maybe? All right. Archie Ciafranco, Randy Tomlin. 35, blank, Tomlin. 35 is out. Rolled a 9. That's going to be a fly ball to right. Fly out. Right field. 1 away. Larry Walker. $15 out. That is a 17. That's going to be a fly ball to left. Fly out. Left field. There we go. Larry Walker. Tim Wallace. With, 1 for 2 with a double is Wallach. 23 is a strikeout to end the inning. Strike him out to end the inning. Good job there by Randy Tomlin. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the Expos. We go to the 6th. Ken Hill, how many batters can you face, Mr. Hill? You can face 31. You can face 31 batters. Okay. Pitcher spot is due up. Tomlin will come out to hit. I think we're going to use him for the bottom of the 6th. So 62 is blank. So you look at Ken Hill. 62 is a strikeout. Strikeout. All right, brings up Kirk Gibson. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Kirk Gibson, 2 for 3, scored 2 runs so far. 1-1, Gibson is going to be out. 19, that's going to be fly ball to right. Fly out, right field. 2 outs. Jay Bell, 1 for 2 with an RBI. Jay Bell, 1 for 2, RBI. 54, so there is a special 54 chart, which we haven't talked about because this is the first time we actually rolled the 54. So where's the 54 chart? Here's the 54 chart. So 54 with bases empty, and we look at the 17 we just rolled. So it says strike 3 if catcher's range rating G as he frames the pitch. Strike 3 if the catcher's range rating. The catcher is Carter. Let's see what Carter. He is a normal range, not a good range. He's normal range. So it's not going to be a. It's going to be a strike 3 if catcher range rating G as he frames the pitch. Ball 4, the catcher is a B. So it's going to be a walk to Jay Bell instead of a strikeout. It's a walk. Jay Bell. 7 of 12 steals in the regular season. And do we want to risk it? Eddie Van Slyke's 1 for 3 with a double. I think we'll just let Andy Van Slyke hit. 2 outs, top of 6. 35 blank. Go over to Ken Hill. 35 is an out, and that is a 7. It's a fly ball to left, and that's going to do it. Fly out to left. So the Pirates kind of stymied the last few innings. And that brings up Marquise Grissom, who's 0 for 2. Bottom of 6, 4-3 ball game here in Montreal. 32 blank. Tomlin 32 is going to be a double. So 32 off the A column is a double off of Tomlin. And he also has a plus symbol there as well, which means he might be stealing third here in a second. Double. And a double. And it's a double. Bum, 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 bum. You can only steal if you have a jump rating of 5 or higher. He's got a jump rating of 17. Yeah, he is going to third. He's going to try for third. Marquise Grissom trying to steal third base here. He needs to get the jump. 1, 2, or 3 does not get the jump. Oops. 4, 5, or 6 he does. Oops. Missed it twice. Third time's the charm. Oh, it's a 1. It's a possible pickoff. And 4 picked him off. Unbelievable. So instead of going to third on the steal, he's picked off by Tomlin and out at second. Picked off. Now, how does Stratomatic do that? He wasn't caught stealing. He was picked off. Let's see here. Just looking. Pass ball, wild pitch, triple in an error, double in an error, pass. Oh, there was a single in an error. Pass ball, wild pitch, ball, pickoff. There we go. Picked them off. Out at second. It's going to be pitcher to, we'll just call it shortstop. So Marquise Grissom gets greedy and tries to get to third with with 1 out and gets picked off. You gotta love it. Gary Carter 1 for 2 with a double. Let's see if that comes back to change how things are. 53. So we're going to be doing a range play. 53. And a 51, it's a third baseman. Single 1 star. It's going to be an infield if he does not make the play. So third baseman is Buechele. Steve Buechele has a range of 11. We rolled a 19. So it's going to be an infield single as Buechele knocks it down. Gets it, but not in time. Infield single for Gary Carter, and that might have scored the runner from second. So, all right, Spike Owens 2 for 2 scored a run. Gary Carter, not much of a threat. He was 0 for 4 trying to steal in the regular season, so he's not going anywhere. 42 blank. We look at Tomlin. 42 is an out, and it's a 6. 6 is a ground out to short with a runner at first, and we've got to look at that. The white dice is a 1. It's not. Runners advance. Ground out to short. White dice 1. Runners advance. Otherwise, double play. 6, 4, 3. A weak arm shortstop gets fielder's choice only. So Bell is a weak. Oh my gosh. He's a weak arm. So we're just going to get the fielder's choice. Otherwise, it would have been a double play. That's twice our weak arm people. Or let's get a fielder's choice here. We'll go 6 to 4. Can't not turn the double play. Is that going to come back to bite us later on? Let's find out. Ken Hill is up. And they're going to be bringing in a pinch hitter for Ken Hill, I think, here. Yeah. So coming in. Ooh, let's see. We need the home team here. Who do they have on the bench? Oh my God, they got a ton of people. Tomlin is a left-hander, huh? All right, so it looks like we're going to be bringing in. Let's see who played in the real life game here, if anybody. Yeah, Ivan Calderon is going to come in. Ivan Calderon. If I can find his card. Ivan. Cool thing about, as I mentioned, if you're just joining us, Ivan Calderon, here we are. About one of the many good things about Fall Classic is you get all the freaking players. So Alvin Calderon is actually. He can play left field. And he's a 6 weak arm, 3 error. Well, first thing he's going to do is going to bat. So Alvin Calderon is coming in to pinch hit against Randy Tomlin. Owens at first, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th, 4-3 ball game. Ivan Calderon. 4-3 blank. We go to Randy Tomlin. 4-3 says out. And that is a 16. That is a ground out to the shortstop. Ground out. You're out. You can go to second. There you go. And we'll go 6-3. So now the question is, he could take over in left field, and that would put the pitcher spot in the 3 hole. Or you bring a pitcher in. I think we're going to just bring a pitcher in and not do anything crazy. So Calderon is going to be out. And there we go. All right. And due up. And instead of Ken Hill, it's going to be Bill Landrum. Bill Landrum is going to come in. So Bill Landrum coming in for Calderon. So Calderon tried to pinch hit and did not work out for him so well. But anyways, all right, here we go. Bill Landrum, the right-hander. So first thing we got to do is find out if he's having a good, average, or poor day. And that is a 7. So he's going to be average, right in the middle again. So both of the Expos have been average days so far. Barry Bonds 1 for 2 with a double off the top of the wall, 2 feet short of a home run. Barry Bonds steps to the plate. 54, so we're going to use that 54 chart with nobody on. We look at the 19 with nobody on. Says sky high pop up to short. Rain chart, roll a d6, 1 to 5 clouds are moving in. 6 refer to rain chart below. Make up your own charts for your cities. No, it's just, you're going to ignore that. It's all kind of like weather stuff. Like, is it going to be cloudy? Blah, blah, blah. We're just going to call it a pop out to short because that's where it went. The Rebound's high sky, what do they call it? Sky high pop up to short. Rain chart, roll a d6. 1 to 5 clouds are moving in. 6 refer to the rain below. Rain chart, roll a d6. It's spitting, no effect. It's drizzling. It's drizzling. Pitcher walk rating decreased. 40-minute delay or 2-hour delay or rain out. So we're just going to ignore that as I'm not going to have a rain out in my wonderful game here. All right, so 1 out, Barry Bonds out, Orlando Merced, Bill Landrum. 53, so we're going to do a range check. 53 is the range. Range, oh range. 61 says shortstop, single, 1 star if he doesn't make the range. So it's a 1. He's probably going to make that. Shortstop is Spike Owen. He's got a range of 8. He does make the play. So good play there. And it's going to be a ground out to short. Spike Owens throws it on to Wallach at first. 2 away for the Pirates. And due up is Steve Bichelle. 1 for 2 with an RBI is Steve Bichelle. 35 is blank. We look at Landrum. 35 says single off of Landrum. So a solid single. He was 0 for 2 in steals, so he's not going anywhere. Mike Laviere. 0 for 3 is Mike Laviere. Come on, Mike. Get with the program, buddy. Your 222 average is not helping the team. Let's go it. That is a 42 blank off of Lander, and 42 is a walk. So you got to sometimes talk to your men, get them motivated there, right? So Laviere walks. Jose Lind batting 278 on the season. He's 1 for 2 and scored a run. Runners at first and second. Come on, Jose. We need a big hit here. We got to get some runs. They're only 1 behind us. Let's do this, Jose. 2-2. 2-2. That's going to be a 1-7 single. That's a 15, though. That's an out. Oh, so close. That's a 13. And he is a right-hander, so it's going to be ground out to short. 13 ground out to short with a right-hander. Yep, okay. Oh, so close. You're out. You can go to second. You can go to third. Doesn't matter. It's short to first. So unfortunately, he had the roll 22. Just couldn't get the 20-sider to play nice with this. So 7th inning stretch time here. 7th inning stretch time, and I think when is let's see, Randy Tomlin is due up first in the next inning. So Randy Tomlin, how many innings did he pitch in the real life game? He pitched 6 1/3. So looks like if we pull him, right? If we pull him to bring somebody else in, they're only going to be pitching 1 inning. They're only going to be pitching 1 inning, right? So how many batters can you face? 28. Yeah, you're probably done. All right, so we're going to pull Randy Tomlin, sorry. So Randy Tomlin's out. We're going to bring in Dennis Lamp. Visitor. Wait a minute. Yeah. Wait a minute. What? Wait a minute. Wait. Visitor, right? We are the visiting team. That's a little weird. Okay. That's. Oh, wait. Wait a minute. Whoa. Wait a minute. Yeah, wait a second. According to Stratomatic, the reason I'm delaying here is according to Stratomatic, Lamp is not here. It's Drabeck, Patterson, Zane Smith, Berlinda, Walk, Mason, Platicos, Nagel, Gleaton, and Batista. Those are the pitchers. On the bench is Esby, Reedus, McClendon, King, Varsho, and Prince. So, but if you look at Baseball Reference for this game, Dennis Lamb pitched 1.2 innings. So, not sure why there's a conflict here. I'm going with Baseball Reference, but I can't put in the pitcher in Stratomatic though. That's the problem. So great. Once again, all right, I guess we'll find somebody else to bring in because if I can't put him in, that it goes. All right, we're going to bring in Batista then, I guess. Batista's going to come in for Tomlin. There we go. All right, so Miguel Batista versus Delando DeShields. DeShields 1 for 3 with an RBI. Sorry for that delay, folks. Apologize. Not much I can do about that. One thing is telling me one thing, and the other thing is telling me something different. So I don't know. I think what is it? The Baseball Reference is right. Stratomatic must have done something wrong, I guess. I don't know. All right, so Bautista, we got to roll for him, right? So we got to find out what kind of out. Oh, he's having a bad day. Good thing he's only going to be in for 1 inning, then. So Bautista out after this. 51, so we're going to look at error check. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, and I keep forgetting to do this, when you roll a 51, a 52, or a 53, it's not an automatic error or range play. What you got to do first is you see how it says KD question mark. You look at their 20-sided dice, and if it falls within the strikeout range of that pitcher, then instead of going to check for error or ranges, it's a strikeout instead. So I didn't see what the number was before I picked it up, but Bautista having a bad day, he's only got a 1. So let's just make sure it wasn't a 1. It's not, okay? So in case we are going to the 51 chart. That's a 2-3. 2-3 is a shortstop, 2 stars. Nobody on base, so we don't have to worry about that. But the shortstop, oops, I shouldn't be touching anything. Shortstop error. Uh-oh, that's just not good. Bell, what's your error range? He's a 5. That is a 3. So that is going to be a error on Bell. Great job, gentlemen. All right, so 1 base error because nobody on base to take advantage of the 2 stars. And this is at short. So Bell with the error gives Montreal an opening, and Delando DeShields, especially, you do not want to give him an opening. He was 46 steals out of 61 attempts, so he failed 15 times, was successful on 46 of them. 1, 2, or 3 does not get the jump. And in fact, if you roll 1, it's possible pickoff. Oh, God. It's a 5, so he does get the jump. He is going to try to steal. 1 to 15, he's in there. It's 5. DeShields in there with his second stolen base, I believe, of the game. Oh, boy. Let's see. Stolen base. Where are you? Stolen base. There you are. So DeShields moves to second with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. And Brett Barbary steps in. Defense is playing back. It's a 13. 13 is an out. That is an 8 with the runner at second. It is going to be a fly ball to center field. So no advance. Let's just make sure. No advance. On the 8, white die 1. And an F4A runner can run with risk, but it doesn't matter because it was no one. All right, so as they fly out to center field, one away. Oops. Okay. Thought there was two cards stuck together. Archie Ciafranco. He's 0 for 3 is Archie. What position is Archie playing here? Let's look at the home lineup. Oh, he's playing left field. Who else do we have that can come in left field? Because I'm thinking about making a switchy. Moses Alou is going to come in and play left, I think. Let's see. Moses Alou pinch hit in this game. Ivan Calderon actually pinch hit and took over left field. So we're going to Archie Cianfranco. Your day is going to be done. Head to the showers. We're going to bring in Moses Alou here. Try to give Montreal every opportunity to win this game, like I always try to do. Fair. Let's see here. Where's Moses Alou? There he is. Very bottom card, of course. So Moses Alou is going to come in and take over in left field at the home. Moses Alou for Cianfranco against Miguel Bautista. It is a righty-righty matchup, which favors Bautista, but Moses Alou had 282 average, so that's not bad. All right. Here we go. 6-2 blank. Bautista 6-2 is an out. That is an 11 on the runner at second. It's ground out to, oh, wait a minute. It's ground out to 2, which is runner first. Says to check the board, so we better check the board. All right, it is an 11, so ground out. White dice 2 is catcher. Runners advance. If hit to catcher, runner out at third. Oh, look at that. What a wow. Wow. What a wow. Ground out. White die. 1 goes to pitcher, 2 to catcher, 3rd to first base, or yeah, 3rd to first, 4 to second, 5 to third, 6 to short. Runners advance. If hit to catcher, runner out at third. So I'm not trying to chip anybody because I would never do that, first of all. But what a play by Mike Laviere. And that is going to be a fielder's choice. And it's going to go 2-5. And what a play. Throwing Delando. Wait. Undo last play. Yes. Like I said, I guess they don't consider that a fielder's choice. It's going to be a ground out. DeShields is going to be out. Catcher to third base. And Alou, you're going to make it to first. You're going to go to first. There you go. So the ground out in front of the plate. Laviere jumps out in front, throws it down to Bichelle. Bichelle applies the tag. Out is Grissom, and now there's just a runner at first with 2 away. Montreal, golden opportunity, which I've given them the golden opportunity, to be fair, I have. And wow, just some of the cool things that happen in Fall Classic, guys. Wow. Larry Walker's up. He is 1 for 3. That's a 46. That's going to be a ballpark check. So there's a ballpark card for each team. Look at this. That's a 14. So on a 14, and he is a left-hander. So 13-16, he's going to foul out to third. And that is a 14. So 13-16 is a foul out to third. Wow, what a way to end this inning. Crazy good stuff. It's going to be a foul out to third base. And that's going to do it for the bottom of the 7th. Missing position. Who am I missing? Right. Moses Alou needs to take over from the field. Duh. That should be right. Okay, there we go. Like, what do you mean I'm missing position? All right, so we go to the top of the 8th. Top of 8. Bill Landrum comes back out, and coming in to pitch for Bautista. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Oh my gosh. What a good game. This is a really fun game. All right. Who's it going to be, folks? It's going to be Cecil Espy is going to step into the batter's box for Pittsburgh. Stepping into the batter's box is Cecil Espy. He's a pinch hit opportunity for Pittsburgh here in the top of the 8th inning. Bill Landrum, lefty. Cecil Espy, a switch hitter. 54. So we're going to look at the 54 chart once again. It is looking at the 7 number. The 7 number says bases empty. Go to the Wilder chart. So we roll again on the Wilder chart. That is an 8. Bases empty. We go to the wildest chart. Oh boy, we're going to the wildest chart. And the 15. Pop out to shallow right fielder. Caught by first base. Collision. Roll a d6. If 3, the first baseman's hurt. If 4, the second baseman's hurt. If 5, the right fielder is hurt. So big collision out there. So pop up to first, basically. I'm not going to worry about injuries. Unfortunately, so we're just calling that a pop up to first and a collision out there in the outfield. But unfortunately, we'll give them that. All right. So Bill Landrum against Kirk Gibson. 2 for 4 and 2 runs is Kirk Gibson. Gibby having a good day. 54 chart again. 18. We just went through this, didn't we? Good Lord. 54 chart, and where are you, 54 chart? Here you are. With no one on, they do better things when there's runners on base, but 18. Strike 3, nope, it's going to be a ball. I think we already looked at this. So catcher is Carter. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we looked at Carter. He doesn't have the to make, let's see, where is he? Gary Carter. Yeah, he's in the normal range, so he doesn't get the good call. So it's going to be a walk by Gibby. And that is going to be a walk. Now, Landrum is a strong-armed right-hander, so he could get the jump. There's only 1 out. Nope. You know what? We're just going to play it. There's still another inning after this. We're just going to let Jay Bell swing, and he's 1 for 2. 2-2. Maybe that was a good choice. That is Rain. This is our split chance. Single, 1 to 13. That is a 3. So finally, the black dice works in our favor for a change. So that's going to be a single by Jay Bell. Now, with an 18 on a single, that is going to be 2 bases, and Gibby moves all the way to third on the single. What a big hit there. Going to third is Gibson, and runners at the corners, and 1 out. And Montreal is going to play corners in. Van Slyke is up. He's 1 for 4 with a double. Corners in. Van Slyke is up. Landrum. And do they have a lefty? They do not have a lefty. Okay, so it's going to be Landrum all the way through the eighth. 15 out. That is an 11. 11 with runners at first and third says ground out. If the white dice is a it's white dice is 5, which means it's a ground out to third. Runners advance. If hits get to the catcher, then the runner's out at third. Runner holds at third. On the 11, right. So if it's the catcher, runner holds. But it's not. It's hit to the third baseman. And ground out. So it's just going to be a ground out. So it looks like everyone moves on the ground out. I thought there would be like a chance for double play, but nope, I guess not. All right, so you're going to go to second. You are going to go score. Wait a minute. No, wait. Cancel that. Hang on a second. I called in on the corners and it went to third base. Hang on a second. I'm not trying to cheat anybody. Hang on a second. So, ground out tells you the position, runners advance. If hit to catcher, runner holds in third. It does not give you, like, if you're in. See, I'm just, like, some of these plays will actually tell you, like, if you're in, check this result below. But on the 11, it just says ground out, and then it gives you the position, runners advance. If hit to the catcher, runner in third holds. So I guess it doesn't matter if you were playing in or not on that, on an 11. And so it's going to be a ground out. You're out. Bell will go to second. Gibby will score. And let's go 5-3. I just want to make sure. I'm not trying to rip anybody off. I'm just trying to make sure. That's all. All right. So Bell goes to second. Bonds 1 for 3 with a double. 2 outs. Pittsburgh picks up an all-important run here in the top of the eighth. 54 chart again, but this time there's runner at second. So whenever there's a runner on and you use the 54, if this is a 1-18, then it's a pass ball check. You take this number and you look at the pass ball rating, wild pitch rating, and the wild pitch rating is a 0 for Bill Landrum. So he does not throw any wild pitches. But if it's low enough, it might fall into the pass ball rating, which are usually on the catchers. Gary Carter, if we look at Gary Carter again, it's going to be does he have a special? No, I think it's just his error number is a 1. So if say this is a 1, then instead of a wild pitch, it would be a pass ball. But because he doesn't throw any wild pitches, it's now a wild pitch. So the 54 is just a redo because it's blocked in the dirt by Carter. Gets in that one, makes a great play. Barry Bonds still 1 for 3 with a double. Bell at second, 2 outs. Top of the eighth. 62 blank. Landrum 62 is a B, and that would be an out. We rolled a 16 this time. 16 with the runner at second is a ground ball, shortstop. 16 ground out to short, runners advance. Okay, 6-3 and runners do advance. So ground out to your Bell is going to go to third, and it's going to go 6-3. Oh, it doesn't really matter because right, there's the third out, dummy. Right, guess that doesn't matter if there's 3 outs. All right, so it's going to be the pitcher spot. Who's going to be the pitcher spot? The pitcher spot, the pitcher spot. We know it's not Bautista. We know it's not Lamp. It looks like it's going to be Stan. Stan the man Belindan. All right, it's Belinda, but to rhyme, it would have been Stan the man Belindan, but it's not. Stan the man Belinda. Coming in here in the bottom of the eighth. It is a 5-3 ball game. You'll be facing off against Tim Wallach. Wallach 1 for 3 with a double. 2-3. Strikes him out. Not many strikeouts so far, and this one is a strikeout. So, whew, how many strikeouts is? I can't tell. All right, Marquise Grissom. Bad play, got thrown out trying to go from second to third as a dribbler in front of the catcher. Uh-oh, 5-5. He's trying to make up for it. It's a split, so we look at this. This is going to be 1-12. It's going to be a double. So Marquise Grissom, once again, back-to-back freaking doubles. Nope, not a single. It's going to be a double. He's going to go to second, and it's actually got the plus symbol again, so he's going to try and get the jump again. So 1-3 does not get the jump. Oh, and it's a 1. Remember, on a 1, it could be a throw out, and I think it was 1-6. He's thrown out or picked off or whatever you call it. Oh my God! He's been picked off again. Are you kidding me? Let me just double check the number. Belinda is a right-hander, and Belinda has a strong arm, so it's actually 1-8. He's out. Wow! Twice he's been picked off. Unbelievable. Picked off a second. That's why you want to steal all the time, but you just can't, because if you do, you're going to get picked off. And once again, they pick off Marquise Grissom after a double, even. And the only reason I went to steal him because he hit the double with the plus symbol. So I'm not just doing that just to do it. I was doing it because that's what his card said he would do. That's what he wanted. So Gary Carter 2 for 3 with a double himself. 2 outs now. And we go to the 54, and there's nobody on. So we look at the 11 on the 54 chart. We had a lot of 54s recently, haven't we? 11, ground ball to pitcher, knocks it down, picks up, fires to first for the out, unless roll versus error rating for a wild throw. Batter moves to second. So we got to roll. Stan Belinda, his error is a 0. So yeah, we can roll against it, but no error, as that's going to be ground ball to the pitcher and out at first. Ground out. Pitcher to first. What an inning for Pittsburgh. Crazy nonsense, but it all worked out in the long run. And I think we're going to get a pitching change here in the top of the ninth inning. Oops, wait a minute. I want to hit the home team here. I think Bill Stampin's going to come in. Bill Stampin. Bill Stampin's going to come in the, what are we in? Top of 9. Orlando Merced 0 for 4. Orlando, come on, my friend. Orlando, you need to get busy, man. Come on. 5-3 Pirates. 13 out, and that is a 12. 12 says it's a pop-up to first. Pop up to first. Pop out to first. 1 out for Steve Bichelle. 2 for 3 with an RBI. Steve Bichelle. 62 blank. Oh, we didn't roll for Sampson, so let's roll for him. So we'll count the 62, but it doesn't matter because it's all an out. But from now on, we've got to remember he is a 14, so he's an average. So Montreal, I think every time somebody came up, they were average. So it's still an out, though. I don't remember what the number was. Doesn't really matter. It's going to be ground out to first. Sure, we'll just call that a ground out to first. And that brings up Mike Laviere right now. He's the man of the hour, and even though he's 0 for 3, his play at the plate nailing Marquise Grissom, trying to go from second to third on the hit by the forget who it was, but I think it was Moses Alou, actually, wasn't it? Anyways, throw him out and got that runner off at third. Mike Laviere 0 for 3, 4-2 blank. 4-2 is going to be a walk. So back-to-back walks by Mike Laviere. Walk again. Not much threat to steal there. That brings up Jose Lind. 1 for 3 and scored a run. 32 blank. 32 says out. If he would have been an A, that would have been a double. But that is an out. And it's a 6. 6 says ground out to short. And that will do it. You're going to be out. You're going to go to second. It's going to go short to first. And that's going to do it for Pittsburgh batting. Now let's find out if Stan Belinda can get 3 more outs for the Pirates. Spike Owens 2 for 3 scored a run. Spike Owens 2 for 3 scored a run. Not going to take him out. 43 blank. 43 off of Belinda. Belinda, I believe, was having a bad day. Or did we not roll for? I don't remember. I don't recall. We're going to need to roll for Stan Belinda because I don't think we did. 13, so that's average, and he had a walk on a 1 to 14, and that is a 5. So it's going to be a walk. A leadoff walk to Spike Owens. Not a great start, my friends. Not a great start. Walk. So Owens, 9 of 13 stolen bases in the regular season. Delando DeShields back up. Last 2 times. Oh, wait a minute. Owens. Then it goes to, right, the pinch hitter spot, right, which was Stampin. So they're going to bring in another pinch hitter, home team. Who is it going to be? Well, Belinda is a righty. Let's see if they have any lefties that they can bring in. Lefty, lefty, lefty. Steve Lyons, he's not available. Jerry Willard, he's not there. Barnes, no. Nabholz, no. Stairs, no. Foley, Foley. Looks like Tom Foley's going to come in. Oh, wait. Tom Foley's only a 174 average? Really? I don't need a left-hander that bad. Vanderwall, he's a little bit better. John Vanderwall. John Vanderwall, and it's coming in. All right, he's a left-hander facing off against Belinda, the right-hander. You can see I'm 55 or 25 and 26 singles. Hey, Clinton Park, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Oh no, 4-4. Say it isn't so. It's gonna be a walk. 1 to 3, but it's a 10, so no single. It's gonna be a walk though. And the first 2 men have reached here, and that is not what I wanted to see at all. We're in the bottom of the ninth, 5-3 ball game, and Orlando DeShields is up. He is a sacrifice of 5, so you know what? With nobody out, he's gonna sacrifice. Get the runners, both runners in scoring position. He needs a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. It's a 1, okay. And now he needs a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 again. And he got a 1. Oh, wait a minute. I think if you actually get a 1 when you're laying it down, you might get some kind of crazy result, like a bad throw or something. Let's see. Where's my rule on that? Oh, it's in the right. It's on the sacrifice page, I think. Oops. So hit and run bunting. Here's the bunting chart. So this chart checks for bunts and hits. If the second roll is a 1, which it was, then roll again. All right, so we're going to roll again. It's a 4. 4. F runner beats it out for a hit, and the fielder might throw it away. F runner and Delano, nope, he's an A runner, so he does not. So, whew, just about. If it was an F runner, he would have beat out the sacrifice. But it's still a good sacrifice, one way or the other. It's still a good sack. So sacrifice bunt gets the runners in scoring positions. And we're just going to call that pitcher to first, as I don't really care. And that really puts the defense in a bind now. So, do you intentionally walk Barbary to set up the double play, or do you play in, hoping to get that runner out at third? Alan Shaw says the Cards reached the post. Did they beat the? Did they? Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. I don't want to know yet. I don't want to know yet. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. That's why I decided to run a game. I didn't want to have the stress of trying to watch it. All right. Do we intentionally walk Barbary to load the bases to set up the double play, or do we play in and hope to get the second out that way? I think Barbary 0 for 4. I think we pitch to him and play. We're going to play corners in. Corners in. And, the first run does not matter, actually. First run does not matter. It's the second run that matters. Barbary 0 for 4. I think we're gonna. Oh my God. We're gonna. All right. I'm just gonna go with my gut. My gut says play corners in and pitch to Barbary. So that's what I'm doing. Stan Belinda. He gets a sign from the dugout and says pitch to him. Get him out. That's what the sign says. Don't worry about anything else. Just strike him out. Oh no! He did it. Oh my gosh. Look. So 1-1. Is normally doubles are bad if you're on the defense. Good if you want offense. 1-9 is a walk. 10-17 is a strikeout, and a 20 is an out. So it is an out. It's a 16 out with runners at second and third. So we're gonna have to actually bring the chart up on this bad boy. A 16. It's a ground out to shortstop. Runner on third scores. Runner on second holds. And that's it. So ground out to short. Runner on third scores. Runner on second holds. Okay. So we kept that runner from moving over. That's what I wanted. Okay, so it's a ground out. Second holds. You're going to stay on your base. Owens is going to score. Fielder is going to go 6-3, and that brings it as 2 outs. And that brings up Moses Alou, who we brought in to pinch hit in the 8th inning. So runner in scoring position, Vilander. Moses Alou, bottom of 9, 2 outs now. Sam Belinda just needs one more out for the Pirates. 13 out. It's a 18. That's going to be a fly ball. It's going out to Van Slyke in center field. He waits on it, makes the catch. Side retired, ball game. Lavier takes the ball out to Belinda on the mound, and the Pirates celebrate another victory. I believe this is 4 in a row. That is a fly out to center field. This one a nail biter. And here in Montreal, but somehow, some way, the Pirates have squeaked this one out. 5-4. Each team with 9 hits. 2 errors on Pittsburgh, 1 on Montreal. Let's save this. This is game number 12. Game 12. And the Pirates escape almost a catastrophe there. This came down to some crazy, crazy plays. Pirates, 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Whew. And after that, they were pretty much shut out till that 8th inning single. 1 run was the difference at Olympia Stadium as the Pirates defeated the Expos 5-4. Pirates started with a bang, jumping out to an early lead in their half of the first inning, planting 1 run using 2 hits. Oh, you guys can't see this. That's right. Both teams totaled 9 hits on the afternoon. Randy Tomlin, 2-0, was the winner, allowing 3 runs in 6 innings. Stan Belinda gained credit for his 3rd save. Ken Hill, 0 for 3, was given the loss. I just wanted to give my team a chance to win, says Tomlin. I got burned on a couple of pitches, but we won the game anyways, and that's all that matters. That's true. Excellent job. Whew. So what did we had some crazy, crazy good plays in this. That's why I love Fall Classic. I mean, you can, normal plays go pretty quick, and then you come across these plays, all of a sudden it does slow the game down a little bit, but they make it really interesting to play because you're never sure when one of those crazy plays. And basically the difference in this game was runner on second with nobody out, and who was it? It was Marquise Grissom, I believe. Marquise Grissom tries to go from second to third on a dribbler in front of the plate. But that wasn't even a sacrifice. It was just a result. And if it went to the catcher, which was the 2, went to the catcher and a runner thrown out at third. I don't remember if I can find it on the mini chart, but it was like, holy cow, what a time for that to get rolled. And that's just what we needed. So that's why I love this game, because, like I said, it goes along smooth and fine and everything, and then all of a sudden you'll get like one of these really interesting plays. We've had probably 4 or 5 of them during this game. It makes it really interesting, but it doesn't totally, take the flow of the game out because they don't happen all the time. So Dave Little says, "Wow, narrow escape." Yeah. So let's end the game. I've saved it. So let's check out our league report here. So Pittsburgh is now 6-6. Yeah, we won 4 in a row. We were actually 2-6 at one point. So we run 4 in a row. We're back up to 500. Only 2 games behind St. Louis, who's 8-4. You see, the Pirates were 10-2. They started off the season in real life 10-2. Really good start. We were 2-6, and the Pirates, I think, were 6-2. So, anyways, that is Fall Classic Baseball. I highly recommend you guys, at least if you haven't seen it, give it a chance. Price-wise, it's very reasonable, and not only that, but you get all of the players. That's right, you get all of the players. I'm going to say it one more time. You get all the freaking players. Hello, Stratomatic. Are you listening to me? Hey, Dynasty League. Are you listening to me? Just saying. Just saying. Would be nice. Would be nice. So, anyways, thanks, Dave, Alan Shaw, Clinton Parks, Al Red Sox fan, Dave Whittle, and everyone else that came by. Appreciate it. We'll see everyone later on. Have a great evening. Until then, take care.